Hi there, it's Carol with Carolbcrafts. Today we'll be making this sweet little friendship card. It says smile with friendly thoughts and best wishes today and every day. Now you could leave the sentiments the way they are, or you could add a happy birthday, congratulations, thinking of you. Just a note. This is project number 4 in my Daisy Lane Floral Essence Class to Go kit. Check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com to see what current Class to Go kit I'm offering. Now if you don't have the kit, don't worry, I'll give the dimensions as we go along so that you can make this sweet little friendship card with us. So the things you're going to need to make this card, you'll need the Floral Essence stamp set and the Daisy Lane stamp set. You're going to need Blackberry Bliss, Petal Pink, Balmy Blue, Old Olive stamping pads, and dark Mossy Meadow Stampin' blends. For your adhesives, you'll need your snail, your multi-purpose glue, mini dimensionals, and mini glue dots. You'll want to get your Class to Go kit, the one that has like the marbled look here, the DSP, and you'll want to get that 4x6 piece of window sheet that comes in your kit. I'll be using my Take Your Pick tool. You'll need your Stamparatus. We won't be using a die cutting machine, so this is everything you'll need. So let's get started. So you know that I like to start with our stamping. So we have some Whisper White here for our stamping. We'll need our little mini ovals here, and I'll tell you all the dimensions here in just a moment. And then on the inside, for the inside sentiment, we'll need this piece of Whisper White. And then everything else we can put aside for now. Okay, so since I have my Stamparatus set up for rubber stamps, I'm going to go ahead and do the smile that's on the front sentiment. And this is these ovals. I give you 2. You only need 1. These are the smallest oval in the layering oval dies. And we're going to need a piece of scratch paper. And with our scratch paper, you don't want it too big. We're going to take a tiny bit of snail and just put it on the back of our oval. Attach it to our scratch paper. And now we'll get our 4x6 piece of window sheet. So we're going to be stamping on the image first on our 4x6 piece of window sheet. I have it landscape in the corner. And we'll be using Balmy Blue. So let's get our smile stamp. It's in our Daisy Lane packet. I'm just going to put my smile down here in the bottom left corner. Pick it up, ink it up with my Balmy Blue. Make that impression. Bring in my piece of smallest oval and line that up so that it's where I want it to be. Remove the plastic. Ink up my stamp again and stamp my smile. I'm going to do that again because I want it to be a nice, rich impression. There we go. So we're done with our smile. I'll clean off my stamp. So the next stamping we're going to do will be with the Floral Essence stamp set. So I'm going to fix my Stamparatus to do photopolymer stamps. I'll bring in my foam pad that comes with the Stamparatus. Put it in the corner there and put this grid paper over it. So now we're ready to do the front flower here and the inside flower. We'll be needing this stamp, the coordinating stamp that goes with it, to do the inside. We'll need the stem stamp and the leaf stamp. And we'll also need with friendly thoughts and best wishes today and every day. So I'm going to want to put this up here near the top. And I have my flower. It's going to go here. It's about 3/8 of an inch from the top of the Whisper White. I'll pick that up and put my paper back in place. The photopolymer stamps tend to stick to your paper, your cardstock. So I'll ink this up really well and stamp my image. And I'm probably going to want to do that at least one more time. And maybe one more time because it's a rich, I want a nice rich color. Okay, so that's that. I'm also going to want to stamp that same stamp on the inside near the bottom. But for now I'm going to just clean off my stamp, and I'm going to want to dry it off since I'll be using it again soon. I'm using my piece from my Stampin' scrub. Now I have the center for my flower, which I'll put my magnet back in place and center my, that's a good thing about photopolymer, you can actually see through it. So I'm going to put that in place. Try to, it sticks to my fingers too, it's very sticky. Now we're going to do that in petal pink. You make sure, because that moved a little bit. There we go. That's why I use the line to line up my paper, so in case the paper moves or the cardstock moves, I can put it back in place. Alright, I'm going to use petal pink for this center. And I probably will do it a couple times. Alright, there's my center. I'll clean that off. Now I have the stem, and I'm going to still try to keep my paper there in that line in case it moves. My stem, the open part of the stem is at the bottom, and it's going to go right there and kind of too slanted this way, but not a lot, just a little bit. There we go. So I'll pick that up and ink that up with the old olive. And I'll add some leaves. So there's this one little leaf here. I'm going to put it here to the right. And I want it to be so that it'll show kind of right there. And we use old olive for that. Okay, now that's ready. I'll color the stem and the leaf with Mossy Meadow later, so that's pretty much ready except for the coloring. Now we'll do the inside. We'll bring back our plastic, our 4x6 plastic, and we'll put it landscape in the corner. And I have the With Friendly Thoughts of You and Best Wishes Today and Always. Pick that up, put that back in the corner. I'm going to do that with, let's see, what did I use? We'll be using the Blackberry Bliss for this. And slide this in place. Remove my plastic. Ink up my stamp. Let me do that one more time lightly. And then now I'm going to do my flower down here, but I'll clean this stamp off first. So I'll bring in my flower again, and I'm just going to put this in the bottom down here. Ink it up. And I know I'll probably have to do this a couple times, maybe 3, to get a nice rich color. Okay, so I have that. Now I'm going to do the inside with Petal Pink. So I'll bring in my center again and line it up. Pick that up with my Stamparatus. And again, I'm going to use Petal Pink. And we are done with our stamping. So to take this off, I'm just going to bend it and twist it off. And now we're going to color our leaf with our brush tip of our dark mossy meadow. And if it doesn't come all the way up to your flower, that's fine. It will still look nice. Okay, so we're done with our coloring. We're ready to put our card together. So we'll bring in our other items. Take our 8.5 by 5.5 piece of thick Whisper White that's been scored at 4 1/4. Find the groove and fold away. We'll get our bone folder and crease that fold. So we have some pieces of Blackberry Bliss here, a piece of Balmy Blue. So we have a piece of 3 5/8 by 4 3/4, 3 5/8 by 4 3/4 Balmy Blue that we're going to put our DSP, which is 3.5 by 4 5/8 on top of that, and I'm going to use some multi-purpose glue for that. So we're going to put our ribbon on, and we have a piece of 6" of the Old Navy, Old Olive and Pretty Peacock reversible ribbon. We have 6" of that. That comes in your kit. And let's see, I'm going to measure this. It looks like it's 1 1/4 of an inch from the bottom. So we're going to mark 1 1/4 inch from the bottom. And that's when these little squares come in handy for our grid paper that you can purchase through Stampin' Up. Where are looking for my snail. Okay, I'm going to put some snail above that line so that my ribbon has something to hold on to. Put that, we want the, well, you could use either side, but I'm going to use the side that's more green than blue. But I'm looking at that blue and that looks really pretty too. It is reversible, so it's your choice. Now the bottom of the edge of the ribbon is going to go right there on that mark that you made. And then this is going to go on a piece of Blackberry Bliss, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And it's going to go like this. I'll put that on with some snail. I'll put some snail over my ribbon too, kind of help keep that in place. Okay, and I like to put just a little glue dot. I'll use my Take Your Pick tool, get a glue dot, try to keep it flat as possible when you pull it off. And I'm going to stick it here underneath where that it's going to be covered up. And it'll just keep that from sagging and getting loose. Now this is going to go on our card front, just like this. Okay, that's looking really nice. I love those colors together. And we'll go ahead and put our inside sentiment on another piece of Blackberry Bliss, which is not marked. Okay, so it is 3 3/4 by 5. 3 3/4 by 5 piece of Blackberry Bliss. And that's going to go on the inside, just like that. Now we'll finish up the front. We'll go ahead and put our flower on another piece of Blackberry Bliss, which is 2 by 3 1/4. It's going to go right there. I'll use some snail for that. Now this is going to go here about 1/8 of an inch from this edge of the DSP, maybe a little bit more. And the way we're going to do this, now if you have some waxy paper or something like that, or you'll also need your silicone mat. So you can use your silicone mat or some waxy paper. I'm just going to take my snail and I'm just going to go in little areas around it to put this on my card. Some of it will be covered up and some will not. And if it sticks out, just go underneath and kind of just push it to the sides so that it doesn't, you can't see it. It's kind of like spider webs, almost. I might need a little bit more in some places. If it feels good and sticky, then it's ready to go on. Like I said, about 1/8 of an inch or a little more from the edge of the DSP. And then this is going to go over our ribbon, and it's going to cover up most of that circle there. So it's going to be kind of like right there. And we'll put this on with dimensionals. So we'll get our mini dimensionals. Now I don't want to put any over the ribbon. So I have dimensions everywhere except where the ribbon is going to go, and I've taken the backing off. Now this is going to be about 3/8 of an inch from the side. Now you just decide where you want to put this, and that's kind of where I want it. I'm going to put some glue on my, this is the smallest scalloped oval in the layering ovals. I'm going to put that on with some glue. And that's just going to go right there over the leaves. I'll put that on with some glue as well. Right across the ribbon, where the ribbon is. That's where I'm putting it, right across where the ribbon is. Smile. Smile, because we're almost done. The last thing we need to do is I have 2 of the smallest frosted clear enamel dots, or frosted enamel dots. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to pick those up, and they are going to go just up here in the top right corner like so. Okay, our card is finished, and I hope you enjoyed the Daisy Lane Floral Essence Class to Go kit. Check out my website www.carolbcrafts.com to see what current Class to Go kit I'm offering. Thanks for watching. Bye now.